on Rio Sports Live. We're coming to you live from La Villa, Texas in the middle of June. That means one thing. The RGV All-Star Games for the softball and baseball games. Kevin Aro on the call. Right now we're getting set for the 2021 East versus West All-Star Game right now. The East squad being introduced. They are in the red jerseys and the West is in the blue. So the starting lineups just now getting underway. Again, Kevin Aro on the call with a full crew. Rudy Zamaripa Jr. here to my right on the switcher. Mark Molina will be out there taking pictures. And AJ Castañeda will be running our camera. So again, thanks for tuning in as we're getting set for the final softball game of the 2021 season. And there's definitely a lot of excitement in the air because at this time last year there was no All-Star game. Of course, 2020 being what it was, these seniors having an opportunity to play in their final game, representing their schools. And again, the East side being announced. We're just getting ready to get underway. Let's meet the starting lineup for the East squad. Coaching the East is Coach Christy Leal of Mercedes, and the leadoff spot is Hannah Garza. Batting second is Lily Torres, and the third spot is Sam Campos. Batting fourth, Kayla Jimenez. In the fifth spot is Alexis Saucedo. Batting sixth is Eileen Avilar, and the seventh spot is Ivana Cortez. Batting eighth, Cassidy Rodriguez. Batting ninth, Alyssa Ledesma, and in the 10th spot is Kylie Gonzalez of Ed Calchosa. That's the starting lineup for the East All-Stars as they are being introduced. And the West is fixing to be introduced here. So again, that is the starting lineup. The East is the road team this evening, so they'll be batting first. Coach Berta Sparza here to my left, also joining us here on the broadcast.
Hey Kevin, how you doing, buddy?
Coach, you made it. Yeah, no, glad to have you here as we're just getting underway here on our little pregame show talking about the East All-Stars. They're going to be the away team today. The West will be the home as we're getting ready to introduce the West side. But you know, as I was mentioning just a couple of moments ago, that there was no All-Star game last year, so having it back, one, is a good thing, and two, it's a change of venue. This game traditionally over at La Jolla, and we're having it here at La Villa High School.
And this is a great facility. You know, we do lose a little bit in the seating capacity, which you can kind of see all the cars and people stacked around us, but I'm just glad it's back. You know, missing it last year was huge for those kids. That's something that's growing in the valley, and people look forward to the All-Star game at the end of the year to say goodbye to the seniors. And this year we have a good one too. The East squad that we just mentioned is stacked. I was talking to a couple people on the way over here, and they're like, "Man, this East group is loaded this year." So we're excited to see the All-Star game back and see what happens.
The West are led by Coach Paul Cruz. He's also having his final hoorah. He's he's going to be heading to retirement. He was at Sherryland High School for many, many years. Was one of the godfathers of softball, and he's the man who started that program. Let's meet the starting lineup for the West, coached by Paul Cruz. In the leadoff spot is Mayra Guerra. Batting second is Deandra Cáceres. In the three spot, Karina Guzman. Batting fourth in the DP is Monet Montilla. Batting fifth, Annabelle Segoviano. In the sixth spot, Ziamara Hasso. Batting seventh, Patty Davila. In the eighth spot is Tori Alvarado. Batting ninth, Melanie Cantu. And 10th, Kayla Monjaras. That's the starting lineup for the West squad. And it's an all-senior, an all-star game. So just as a coach being involved, and, you know, let's touch up a little bit more on being able just to have this game back, because this was missing, you know, and baseball is happening right behind us here. They're also having their all-star game as well. So just talk about having it back and just having that one more game this season.
Well, you know, for these kids, it's a little bit of both. You know, some of these kids are have never really stopped playing since their season was ended and are kind of gearing up for college and the next level. And then some kids, this is the last hurrah and a chance to strap the cleats on one more time and come out with some new friends and other, you know, people they played against growing up and play in front of their parents one more time here in the Valley and represent their school. So there's always a lot of mixed emotions. And like I said earlier, that we missed it last year for that purpose, and we've always looked forward to it as coaches to come out and see your kids one more time and say goodbye to your kids one more time and watch them play. So very special experience for everybody involved.
And the venue here at La Villa, it's an all-turf facility, but it kind of has that little league feel to it where parents are lined up on the baselines, parents are lined up to the left and to the right of us.
That's right. That's right. Everybody's kind of crammed in here with their lawn chairs and stuff, so it does have that similar feel to that.
Coach Tracy Blackman here in attendance. Coach Albert Garza is here as well. Of course, Debbie Esparza is here as well. So.
Yeah, they're all I saw her earlier. She says, "Are you going to the game?" So yes, I'm going to the game. So, okay, well we're gonna go at this time if you want to go with us, and so we all kind of jumped in and piled in and came over this way.
National anthem up next. First pitch coming up from La Villa on the other side of the break. You're watching Real Sports Live.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Dear softball, thank you for always being a constant in my life, for instilling a great work ethic and teaching me how much potential I truly have. I will forever be thankful for the lifelong friendships, memories, and lessons I have learned. Go East Side.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Thank you for all the amazing memories that I've gained throughout this time, and thank you for all the great relationships I've gained. Go Jags.
Welcome back to Real Sports Live. Getting set for some softball, the final game of the 2021 season. Camped out here in center field. Coach Paul Cruz of the West, Christy Leal of the East. And again, a lot of familiar faces here at the ballpark this evening. Leading it off is Mayra Guerra. Or correction, the East is going to be batting first. They are the road team. So it'll be Hannah Garza, a Lyford product, followed by Lily Torres, Sam Campos, Kayla Jimenez, Alexis Saucedo, Eileen Avilar, Ivana Cortez, Cassidy Rodriguez, Alyssa Ledesma, Kylie Gonzalez. Yeah, your reaction to seeing that lineup, you know, what's the first thing that stands out to you when you look at this East lineup?
Well, I mean, that's your true all-star right there. That's your true all-star game with the amount of athletes from the East Side. And just say, we've had this conversation 100 times about where we're at in Valley Softball. And this East lineup, I think, has every kid on there committed somewhere. And that is where we're at. That's where we're truly seeing all these girls play at such a high level. And good luck, West Side. This is a tough lineup to get through. Starting at the top and working your way a little bit. You know, even the girls on the bench that we have right now are loaded, so it should be interesting. We'll see what happens.
Karina Guzman is in the circle for the West. Patty Davila is the catcher this evening. Mayra Guerra is in center up the middle, so you have Edinburgh North in center, Edinburgh High behind the plate, Edinburgh Vela in the circle, so it's an all Edinburgh up the middle to start this game. So Karina Guzman is about as good as they come. She was that ace of the staff for Coach Maples and the Lady SaberCats over these last couple of years. So she's one of those girls that can get up there with her velo, and she's got good movement on her ball.
That's exactly who you want in the circle for the West. You want her to she's been in big games up and down. You know, a couple years ago they were the last team standing in the Valley, and so to where they're at this year, you know, another successful season. So that's exactly who you want to take control of this group, and having some familiarity with the other two girls from the Bobcats and from North, you at least have a little bit of security for her. So it's where you want to be if you're from the West.
Karina Guzman in the circle, set to face the leadoff batter, Hannah Garza of Lyford, future Our Lady of the Lake product. Guzman spins it home, and away we go. First pitch, it's in there for a strike. Strike one looking to Garza. Here's the 0-1 from Guzman. Catches the corner for strike two. Up the middle defensively, Deandra Cáceres is the shortstop. Annabelle Segoviano is the second baseman. Corners of the infield, Ziamaira Hasso is at third, and Monet Montilla is the first baseman, outside for ball one. Melo Cantu is in left, Tori Alvarado is in right, and again Guerra is in center, and that's the starting defense for the West. Count runs even at 2-2.
She started off well, getting her up in the zone and trying to see things that are way. Hannah's all the way, all around. She can slap, she can stand there and hit well for power, so you kind of want to keep her off balance and not give her anything good to hit, because she can kill you on the bases as well.
The 2-2 slapped the other way. That one lands foul. Hannah Garza, her dad, Albert, is going to be the next coach over at Lyford.
That's right. He'll continue that to build on that program's success. And when Coach Rios took over, that was a successful program, and then he was able to continue the legacy of success that Lyford had. And so he did a good job in the transition when they transitioned over to Coach Rios, and Albert's ready to do the same thing, in my opinion. I think he'll do a great job of carrying that torch and continuing that program to be a strong one. Garza's
battled back, down 0-2, fouled off a couple pitches, and it's a 3-ball, 2-strike count to the leadoff batter, Garza. Slaps it the other way, making the catch for out number one.
Yeah, Coach Bettis was in Lyford before Coach Rios, actually, and he did a good job of kind of getting that thing started there. And when Coach Rios kind of took over, after Coach Garcia, actually, P.D. Garcia was there for a brief period when I started in Rio Hondo, and then when Joey took over, he was able to maintain the level of success that Lyford always had, and not let that program waver. So he did a good job of taking that one over, and Albert will do the same thing. It's just kind of keep pushing the envelope there.
Lily Torres digs in, former Lady Panther, now of Coach Mario Rodriguez. So they go slap, slap, power, power, power. Really, there's not a break. Cassidy is a slapper, Alyssa's a hitter. Down in the 8-9 and then 8-9-10 spot, really. They're going to go with 10 batters because it's an all-star game. But Torres is quick as they come from the left-handed side of the plate. Again, that was just kind of the tool that Coach Leal had to work with, and there's so much depth on this east side. Torres rolls over, Montilla taps on the bag. There's two away.
Yeah, Coach Reyes is one of many small school openings we have around the valley. We'll have a bunch of different faces come next season up and down the valley with different coaching openings and vacancies. I know in 4A there's at least 3 or 4 openings.
Right.
People are retiring and moving on to other jobs. And then, of course, Lyford had with Coach Rios going to South to do football at South. They opened up a spot for Albert to take over there. So we'll have a little different faces in the third base box this year. But nonetheless, the level of talent and growth in all those schools is going to be high.
Let us know where you're tuning in from. We'll give you a shout out on the air. Sam Campos flies this one out to Guerra in center, and a clean 1-2-3 inning for Karina Guzman and the West. Midway through the first, no score. You're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rod Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. See you later, touchdown. Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
Dear softball, I am thankful for the many friends that I've got to play with throughout the years and the many coaches that I've been taught throughout the years, and just for the sport itself and being able to play it every day.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live. Set for the bottom half of the first inning. So let's meet the starting lineup for Coach Paul Cruz's West All-Stars. Mayra Guerra in the leadoff spot. Deandra Cáceres batting second. Batting third, Karina Guzman. Monet Montilla, the cleanup spot, and the DP. Batting fifth, Annabelle Segoviano. Batting sixth, Xiomara Hasso. Batting seventh, Patty Davila. In the eighth spot, Tori Alvarado. Batting ninth, Melo Cantu. And Kayla Monjaras in the 10th spot. That's the starting lineup. Kaylee Gonzalez out in right. Hannah Garza in center. And Ivana Cortez out in right. Cassidy Rodriguez, the Lady Tiger, gets the nod in the circle. First pitch for strike one. Ball on a strike. Alyssa Ledesma is at first base. Alexa Salcedo is at third. Two Lady Hawks getting the start on the corners, first and third. Lily Torres is the second baseman. Eileen Avilar is the shortstop. So you're looking at, Coach, almost just about an all 32 6A infield.
Right, that's right.
With the exception of Cassidy Rodriguez in Class 5A. 5A in right, 3A in center, 5A in left. That just speaks to the volume of just how competitive 32 6A was.
Well, you would believe Hannah could start just about anywhere else at 32 6A shortstop just as well. You
Right.
know, we've kind of argued over her being one of the better shortstops in the Valley, period. But just how deep that 32 6A really is. And that's why they were so competitive all year long.
Guerra legs out an infield single. The West is going to have a base runner. Well, the thing with Hannah is that she's a true shortstop, but was asked to slide into catcher this past year with Jerica and Jessica Cruz having lost to graduation the year before. So, to your point, Hannah's in center field. Could easily line up behind the plate or even play, the middle infield. Strike one to Deandra Cáceres.
I think that's something that you see in a lot of these kids that you probably don't get a whole lot of in 32 6A is these kids are with the versatility, being able to move spots. I know the West has a girl that was from PSC North that was a middle infielder for them historically, and this year moved to catcher as well to fill a need there and did a heck of a job for them. So, I mean, that's a very rare case in some of these big schools because the consistency of kid is always there. But these smaller schools, sometimes if you don't have the better kid touching the ball quite a bit, you got to make a move there. And these kids are able to do that successfully. It helps them at the next level also.
Karina Guzman, 417 batting average. That one skips in the turf. So back-to-back Vela.
This is a dangerous spot right here. We have Guzman here, and then Monet on deck. You don't want to be in this spot right here. You've got to make some good pitches. Not the bases can be loaded for you really quick, or worse, as you know.
And yesterday at practice at PSJ Southwest, Karina hit a couple homers. And a little bit of a bigger field at Southwest, and here's a lot. Right, here's a lot smaller. Here's a shot. Garza ranging to her right makes the catch, 2 away.
You like those early contact at bats, so kids get a chance to put the bat on the ball and kind of feel it out. It lends itself to be more successful later in the game, but yeah, no, that definitely. If you're able to hit it out of Southwest and those parks at PSJ. You're looking at 220, and which is some of the bigger parks in the valley, and definitely this is a much smaller porch.
Monet batted 603 this year from the left-handed side of the plate. Brought a lot of pop for the Lady Sabercats. She'll be going to A&M Corpus Christi. She'll be a future Islander, rightfully so.
Since she started for Vela, she's been able to just completely crush the ball, and she's been her batting average, just a very, very consistent hitter. You can't make any mistakes, and you're right. She's always year in, year out, been able to just take advantage of your mistakes and make you pay in a big way.
And she's a well-built kid. When I was watching her in the batting cages yesterday, everything was hard contact on the sweet spot.
Very strong, very athletic kid. You're right.
And she rolls up her sleeves, and rightfully so. It's a good matchup right here with her and Cassidy. The 1-1 rise ball, 2 balls and a strike. Segoviano in the on-deck circle. A lot of these girls are on the RGV Heat team, so there's plenty of familiarity on both sides for the East and the West. A couple of girls on Force, a couple of girls on Thunder. Did she go around?
There's even 1 or 2 Accelerate girls on here.
Accelerate. Is Angel Lozano here?
I believe she's playing
on
the West.
I was looking for her yesterday. She didn't get to make practice yesterday, but I was looking forward to seeing Angel one more time. And when she comes to the plate or when she comes in the game, we'll talk more about her and what she did and what PSJ North did this year. The 3-1. Correction, it's a 3-2 count now.
Quality at bat right here, going all the way, taking her full early.
The 3-2. That's the one right there. Monet's going to want that one back. Center cut.
Something down middle end. Yeah, she was kind of looking for one of those early.
You know, we were talking about Cassidy and the career she had. She's going to be going to UT Dallas. Her and Alyssa Ledesma, Kylie Gonzalez from MedCouch, and Megan Cavazos from San Benito. But 3 of the 4 are here on the field this evening. But for Cassidy, you know, in Mercedes, Mid-Valley, every year Mercedes is going to compete. But, you know, she was always under the shadow of Mika Vento.
Well, you know, that says a lot for her as a kid, you know, to be able to, you know, we see it that way because of what Mika's able to do. Oh, big pitch right there.
They're going to call strike 3. They're going to catch her looking. Let's go back and look at the replay. Let's see where that one was spotted.
That's a good pitch
right there. So we're going to stay on, and we're going to talk about Cassidy.
Yeah, no, but be able to be the number 2 to Mika, or you know, Cassidy took that in stride, We've got the chance to play against her a couple times, and she was no number 2. You know, she could easily have been the one for them. Very, very humble kid, hardworking kid, and you know, just shows you the depth that Coach had at Mercedes to have Mika and Cassie in there together. You know, very, very due in the accolades she's received. Being able to go to UT Dallas, that's just a testament to her work ethic and ability.
Yeah, and see, you know, she never wavered is the thing. She always did what she was asked. She was a hard worker, and you know, she understood her role, and she was she's a really good shortstop.
Yeah, more often than not,
Very
kids that do that know their role, and just kind of worry about the team. Good things find them. I mean, the team does good, I do good. Those kids, good things tend to find them very often, and that's a very good lesson for a lot of these younger kids. That is, hey, you know, this kid was asked to do this and move here, or not be the one that everybody saw, because when Mika was there, that's what everybody saw, and then, you know, just stay humble, keep driving, keep chipping away, and good things will happen. So, you know, that's a huge lesson for all the younger kids to kind of follow in and see that can happen for you.
Right. It's if you want to do it right, look how Cassidy did it over her 4 years, and not only that, but you know, look at her senior year, her whole body of work. She wound up winning the district MVP. She threw a perfect game in the playoffs against Valley View. So I mean, just a really, really good story for Cassidy, and you know, a way to wrap up her career.
Absolutely right. Absolutely.
Top of the second, no balls and a strike. Kayla Jimenez, the designated player for the Los Fresnos Lady Falcons. Coach Blackman here in attendance here to our right. I'm going to see if I can recruit her here for about an inning or so, maybe pick her brain. But you know, Coach, you know the Blackman family really well, and you know, just a banner year that Los Fresnos had.
I was so happy that she had the year that she did, and their program had the year they did. She's done a tremendous job of elevating that program since she got there. And I think one thing we kind of joked about was just the amount of home runs they can hit. But I think there's not a person in the Valley that didn't tune in or chime in to watch a little bit of their season and their playoff run that isn't saying the exact same thing that we already knew is if you want to watch some team play offense, Los Fresnos can play offense. And to their credit, they played great defense and had pitching too this year. So I'm sorry to see her step away for a moment, and hopefully it's a brief moment. But no, definitely a great career and great time there in Los Fresnos, and a heck of a way to go out. And she's even going to be coaching the All-Star game at Texas Girls Coaches Association. So what a exclamation mark on her career to be able to do that.
Jimenez hits one in the gap, and Kayla Jimenez doing what the Lady Falcons do, and that's hit doubles.
Hit doubles.
And we know Coach Blackman here sitting about 3 or 4 people to our right. She's got to have a smile on her face, because that's one thing she told me is, Kevin, we know we can hit home runs. We have the power to do it, but we're going to push for doubles this year. We're going to put pressure on the defense, and that's exactly what they did. Really, really to perfection.
She was one of those coaches when we started playing them. I think it only took me about a few innings to kind of walk over and say, okay, I got to know exactly what you're doing in the off season to get these kids strong enough and quick enough with their hands to hit the ball this hard, because it is definitely harder than most schools. And you know, she gave me a little bit of the holy grail, I guess you'd say, and we're able to benefit from it a little bit. But yeah, no, this completely changed the aspect of the way that they played offense and hit the ball and their approach at the plate. Her being a pitcher herself, kind of the way they see pitches as a team, and are able to, you know, drive the ball late in the count. I mean, just phenomenal job. They just couldn't ever really get over the hump and get into the playoffs, but now they did. You can see what kind of magic was in there. It was in their tank, you know what I mean? So I'm very, very, very happy for her and their program.
Alexis Salcedo at the plate, a ball and 2 strikes.
Speaking of making the ball go right here, see Salcedo to hit one.
Ashley Garcia quickly, the courtesy runner in, representing Westlaco East. Salcedo, the older Bash sister from Harlingen South. She'll be playing at Trinity next school year. Ileana Salcedo, Rick and Laura, her family are here in attendance. Shout out to them. And the funny thing, with Ileana is that she was deciding to, she was deciding, but she was contemplating on taking a break. Salcedo goes down swinging on a drop third strike. Runner goes down to
Monet.
third.
Yeah.
Now caught in a pickle. They're going to tag her out.
Yep.
2 away. So Ileana was deciding, well, I don't know if I want to have a normal summer, and those travel ball parents and travel ball girls know what that means. So it's like, well, I guess Ileana's not going to play travel ball this year until the last waning minute. Alexa said, well, Kevin, guess what? Ileana all of a sudden decided that she wants to come with us to Colorado and play travel ball. She said, girl, you haven't even pitched, and I don't know how long. I think she'll be okay, but she'll be fine.
It's easy to get wrapped up in that, and these kids kind of walk off their high school field after that last game and walk right into a travel ball thing. But that speaks volumes. I mean, I think these kids need some time, and I can't tell you what that looks like. Can't tell you how long that really is, but they need time to just kind of stop, and then kind of get back into it. So it might end up working out in her favor that she kind of took some time away to kind of be a kid, to be a kid and not put so much pressure on herself and her future. And kids like that are usually a little more grounded and really understand what's going on. But no, I always tell our kids, take some time. And I can't tell you what that looks like or how long that is, but take some time for yourself to be a kid. And travel ball will be there when you're ready, and all that stuff will be there.
Avilar grounds out 5-3 midway through the second. No score. You're watching Real Sports Live.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Welcome back to Real Sports Live. Bottom of the second inning on a muggy evening in the middle of June. East versus West.
This West group, led by Guzman, has really put together 2 good innings of defense. She's pitched very, very well, and we didn't think that they would have this strong of a start to be 0-0 here in the second, but that's why we're an all-star game, right? We're gonna lead her group and do such a good job.
Annabelle Segoviano steps into the box. Future product of Temple. That's where she'll be taking on, playing at the college level. Segoviano, a high fly ball left field. This one's gonna be foul.
It kind of has the Field of Dreams feel to it, right? With
just a little bit.
Got her sorghum around us instead of the cornfields, but
just a little bit. No balls, 2 strikes to Segoviano with a hard shot. This one's going to be off the fence. It's going to be extra bases. Segoviano rounding first, headed for second. The tag out at second on an extremely good relay. Segoviano was trying to stretch that one into 2.
And the Garza said otherwise. Yeah, that's a great play right there.
Just showing off that arm from the shortstop position. 8-4. I was about to bring up that Segoviano had an extremely good year at the plate for Coach Richard Tressler, and you talk about a doubles machine with Kayla Jimenez. Segoviano knew how to hit extra bases. Coach Richard Tressler. That's just a really good relay throw, and again, to your point, just the athleticism from Hannah Garza.
To get there in time and have the presence to throw a rope to second to get her out. I mean, just great play.
Ziamara Hasso at the plate. Rodriguez back in the circle. Allison Gonzalez loosening up. Swing and a miss. So I'm not exactly sure on how they're going to work the innings, but I know Allison Gonzalez was scheduled to pitch second. And as far as the West goes, no one loosening up just yet. A 1-2. Fouled off. Bottom of the second, the 1-2 pitch in the turf. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Patty Davila in the on-deck circle. Tori Alvarado in the hole. Couple of Lady Bobcats are here. Domo de Jesus, Kelsey Pizarro. At some point in this game, they'll take the field. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss.
Been good with that change. Good with that change all 3 innings here. Sorry, both innings here.
Paso goes down swinging. It's 2 away.
Yeah, and she's been very, very good. Great command of that pitch in the first. The strikeout at the end with Monet, and then she's come out and led with that pitch early on. Here, very deceptive. That's a hard pitch to hit if you're with her. She's able to sneak that fastball by you because you're sitting there thinking of the change. So very, very deceptive. Great command.
And when she has that rise ball, it's really good. Patty Davila digs into the box. The Edinburgh High product drives this one the other way. There to make the catch. And a 1-2-3 inning. Cassidy Rodriguez answers back. We head to the third. No score. You're watching Real Sports Live.
Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the concession stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the concession stand.
Dear softball, thank you for everything that you've given me. Thank you for the lifetime friends and the lifelong memories that I will keep. Thank you for giving me the day that I picked up the ball and knew that it was my destiny. Go Stingers.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Welcome back to Real Sports Live. We're joined now by Coach Tracy Blackman. Coach, thanks for stopping by.
Hi, how is everybody?
We're doing good, Coach. It's nice to see softball at least for one more time in 2021.
Yes, it is. It's nice to sit back here and enjoy and just watch it.
Right,
and have fun.
right. The key word is you can just sit back and enjoy it and not have to worry about lineups or anything like that. Right now we're in the top of the third, no score between the East and the West from La Villa High School. So, Coach, like I was talking with Coach Brett Esparza, just the fact on having one a season and two an all-star game, either of those things at the beginning of the school year, I don't think either of us could have said, yes, that's going to happen.
Oh, no. No, we were just taking it, one day at a time, one game at a time. I mean, you never know what's going to happen, and didn't know if we were going to get shut down again or what was going to, with the pandemic and all of that stuff. So, like I said, one day at a time, and, we ended up doing a great job.
Ivana Cortez leading it off. Takes that for ball two. 2 balls, no strikes. You have Sam, you have Eileen, and you have Kayla.
Yes.
You're represented very well. Talk about those three, starting with Eileen.
Eileen, well, I'm just glad to see her back out here her senior year. She didn't get to play her junior year because of her back, and then she came back out and, she got stronger and healed, and came out and did a great job for us this year. She's going to play at Oklahoma Baptist, so that'll be good for her.
Caught by the shortstop for out number 1. Cortez retired. Cassidy Rodriguez coming to the plate. And of course you have Kayla Jimenez, who had a big year on the corners for you, and then also at the plate.
At the plate, yes. Yeah, she did a great job for us. She's actually going to go play at Frank Phillips. That's exciting for her. But yeah, she did. She came through on the corner at third base a lot, and then I ended up having to move her to first base during that last series with Austin Bowie. But her bat was huge for us this year.
And right when Esparza and I were talking about your offense, right before we could mention the word doubles.
She just had a nice shot out here, a double right there, just doing what she does.
And of course, Sam Campos, arguably the quarterback of your defense behind the plate.
I know she's got some looks right now. She's not quite sure where she's going, but let me tell you about this girl. She has learned this game from back there. You know, she, like I said, she's called most of our games this year. We kind of let her go last year, and you know, she's done a great job at that. She reads the players well, and
Cassidy Rodriguez with a base hit the other way.
and she was also one of our big bats too. So, you know, she's a great player. I'm hoping somebody picks her up.
Alyssa Ledesma from Harlingen South. And Coach, at one point, actually when this game got started, the entire infield was 32 6A, with the exception of Cassidy, who was in the circle.
It's a tough district, and to be represented like we are.
Your district was really, really tough.
You know, and I think that helped us in our playoff run, because you know we couldn't just sit and relax for any of our games. We had to play hard for every game that we played, and so you know I think it helped with some of those other teams that we played that were tough. You know.
And you've seen the 32, like I said, 32 6A represented well with Kayla, Sam, Lily from Westlaco, Alyssa from South, also in the starting 9. And you know, and every year I feel like we say, oh, this year's competitive, that year's competitive, but I think truly this year was the most as competitive it's been.
Oh yeah, I mean, we came in thinking, oh, there's 1 through 5. You know, there's going to be 1 through 5 fighting for 4 spots, but truly it ended up being, you know, maybe 1 through 6, 1 through 7 that could have made a difference in anything.
Yeah, Rivera made the jump.
Oh yes.
Doubled their wins. They beat Harlingen.
Yes.
Harlingen too. They were right in the playoff mix. They beat San Benito this year.
They did a good job. And, you know, Bethany's grown a whole lot over the last few years that we've seen her, and she did a great job this year.
Audrey Sayas from Harlingen is here. She did a tremendous job in the circle. That one slapped the other way, but caught at third.
Both sides, nice shot, nice catch.
You know, and a lot of people forget, you know, that with Audrey, she had that injury to the collarbone against you guys, and then had to follow the COVID protocol.
It wasn't against us.
It was against South.
The South.
It was against South. That's right.
Yes, and then you know we didn't get to see her that first game, but you know, being a pitcher, you know that's scary, you know, and not knowing if you're going to be able to come back, you know, the same. And you know what? I think she did a great job of coming back and still fighting through. And I mean, I'm sure there were times that she had to be scared to death, but I mean, who wouldn't be?
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, it was a scary, scary moment when she got that injury against South. And a lot of people forget that game was tied going into the 7th.
Yes. I remember watching that. We had played somewhere, and we were watching it on the way home.
Yeah,
on the bus, everybody had their phones out.
Nice.
They were watching it.
It was tied in the 7th. That's good to hear. But the amazing thing about Audrey was that 10 days later she came back.
So, yeah.
And they beat San Benito in San Benito.
Yes. He's a fighter.
2 balls and a strike. Back to the top of the lineup, Hannah Garza. The 2-1. Chopper to the third base side. Good play is going to be close. Runner's going to be safe. A run's going to score. That's going to be an infield single for Hannah Garza. Cassidy Rodriguez comes in to score. Lily Torres from Westlaco. Girl you're familiar with. Away for ball 1. Your kiddos are coming up next, Campos and Jimenez.
Yes.
Ground ball to the third base side. Out number 3. We'll stay on air here with Coach Blackman. And Coach, so what are your plans for the summer?
Actually, I'm just going to try to finish out the inventory and get everything put away for the next coach. And I'm just going to enjoy spending time with my daughter.
There you go. What is she, in band?
No, she's in cross country.
Cross country, okay.
She's going to be a senior, and I'm just going to enjoy her for her senior year. Let's get her ready for the real world.
Right. Definitely. And then as far as you guys have any kind of vacations planned or anything fun like that?
We just got back from Arkansas.
Okay.
We had a wedding, and it was nice. It's beautiful up there if you've never been.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas, it's beautiful.
What part?
Up a little bit north of Little Rock.
Okay. When we drive through Michigan, we drive through Little Rock.
It's beautiful.
And
The trees are beautiful.
It's different. It's not. Yeah, it's different. It's not muggy like it is.
No.
It's humid right now, but. How about the venue? You liking the venue here? It's different.
It's memories.
Well, you played here.
We did.
You played here against Edinburgh North in the bi-district round.
Yes. It's a nice little field here.
Coach Tracy Blackman here joining us here in the third. No score. Overall thoughts so far and just what you've seen, and part 2 of the question would be talking about the depth of these girls on both sides and just where softball is going. But just start off with your first overall thoughts on what you've seen so far.
Well, I think you've got the top players here in the Valley, or top senior-wise, And so it's got to be competitive every year. You never know what can happen. And, one hit can make a huge difference, or one error can make a huge difference. I think it'll be a good game, the rest of the game.
Allison Gonzalez from Port Isabel. She'll be going to A&M Commerce to continue her collegiate career. Played for Coach Dano Wise, who also is retiring.
Yes.
I know you're officially not retiring, but Dano is. Dano's living the life.
He is on his with his fishing, so he is. Every morning, I see his pictures of.
Yeah, that's what I
the sunrise.
Right.
And the sunset.
We're waking up to go to work, and Dano's taking pictures of the sunrise.
I'm like, must be nice.
Shout out to Coach Dano Wise. Tori Alvarado was hit by the pitch on the first pitch from Gonzalez, so the West will have a runner. Melo Cantu will come to the plate from Edinburgh North.
It's gonna be weird just teaching. I mean, we'll see what that side of it is.
Well, what do you teach?
I teach credit recovery.
Okay, that's right. We had that conversation.
Help all these seniors graduate.
Right. That's right. Here's the 0-1. Just got a piece of it. And to the part 2 of the question, just about where softball is going in the Valley, and all these girls are going somewhere.
They are, and you know what? I think the last few years you've had teams from the Valley make some deep runs, and I think it's just waking people up. I used to coach for Divine, and we'd always have to play the Valley for playoffs, and it's Valley softball has grown so much since then. You know, in the last 10 years or so, it's grown, and you know they're a force to be reckoned with. And people need to understand that there is a lot of talent down here. You know, I wish UTRGV would offer softball.
I'm waiting for it.
You know, the closest place we have to send girls is Kingsville. Not everybody can go to Kingsville, you know, and they kind of want to stay close to home, some of them, you know, and so I wish there was some other way, some other school that would.
That was a hard shot from Cantu, and the errant throw from Gonzalez will set up second and third.
Little things.
No time called in the circle, but yeah, Coach, back to your point, you know, about just where we're headed.
I mean,
the competitive level.
People need to take the Valley seriously. I know you've even though you've had, you know, the San Benito teams that have gone to state and multiple teams go to the Sweet 16. There's still other talent down here, and I've tried to get more. You know, they have the big showcases and stuff, and you know, it's hard for our girls because they have to travel really far.
Right.
And to go to a showcase or whatnot, where some of those it's in their backyard, you know, and I think that maybe they should have some other ones here in the Valley so we could be represented.
First pitch swinging. The shot down the first base side for strike one. And, you know, and for me from the outside looking in is I know we're so close because you all are in the same ballpark as Bowie. Westlaco, you know, Westlaco's in the same ballpark as Canyon those few years. You know, all these different teams that the Valley has gone up and lost to. You know, in 5A, it's if not harder, it's just as hard. You know, it's difficult.
It is.
Run's gonna score at the plate. We're gonna be tied up at 1. First and third.
But too, I think that some of these girls that do get to get out and play, I mean, they're getting to have that experience. I know, you know, for us, our hands are kind of tied sometimes because going to tournaments out of the Valley, you know, you've got to pay for those, so you've got to do fundraising and all of that stuff. And so it's limited to, you know, maybe one or so. And, you know, whereas in the summertime they get to go and they get to have those showcases or those experiences. And two, that's when a lot of your college coaches are able to go and watch them play, where they can't do that during our seasons because they're playing.
So now we're all tied up at 1, first and third for the West.
I was like, he's drinking with the bench first.
But I think it's only going to get better. There's more and more girls playing.
Bianca Fernandez, the courtesy runner at first, and that was the thing too, is that there's a lot of connections just here on the field.
Yes.
A lot of RGV heat.
Yes.
On both sides. So, you know, the girls, you know, some things that they were like Kayla and Eileen were like, well, we know half of the girls here. Well, matter of fact, Coach Leal, when they had their first practice, Coach Leal had each girl get up, say their name, which school they were from, and where they were going. She said, but hold on, first off, does everybody know everybody here? And they're like, yeah.
Majority of
yeah,
them know
we all
each
know
other,
each other from some shape or form. You know, just to the point of the softball community being so small and them knowing girls from the West, Cassidy and Eileen and Sam all together on heat, you know, for example. And it's a pretty cool thing to see them all come together on the same field. Strike one. And in fact, a lot of these girls, 2 strikes on their correction. A lot of these girls just got back from a tournament.
Oh, yes.
RGV Heat was up at 1.
Yeah, Sam was telling me that she just got back.
Alyssa Ledesma. Allison told me she was also at a tournament as well. So there should be no rust
No, there should not
on
be.
either side, really.
I think when we ended, they just kept going.
Right.
I think some of my girls had a tournament that next weekend. So.
Domo de Jesus in at second base. Kelsey Pizarro in at short. Cassidy Rodriguez comes out to center field. That's going to be a fair ball. Throw down to third. She's out at third. Pizarro applied the tag. That's a big out, number 1. It's going to be first and second with 1 away.
Hoping this rain holds off a little bit.
I hope so too. I know that was rain was in the forecast, and the coaches were a little concerned about it. A ball and a strike. Time called in the circle. And Paul Cruz also, you know, a coach that's done it for a long time. He's off into the retirement world, and I mean he was the guy who started that program back in the mid-90s over at Sherryland. So, as a matter of fact, Josh Silva is going to be the new coach at Sherryland.
Yes.
So, which means Harlingen is going to need a new coach, and it's been a kind of a crazy off season with a lot of openings, and there's going to be a lot of new faces.
Well, and I think that sometimes, you know, that's our business.
Right.
The coaching world, you never know from year to year what's going to happen. You don't really see it as much in our sport as you do like in football.
Mm-hmm. Ball and 2 strikes. Jaden Barrientos at the plate. Gets on top of that one. So did you? I'm gonna assume you watched the Women's College World Series.
I did watch some of it.
You did?
Yeah, I did. Bama fan.
Bama. Montana Fouts.
She is amazing. You know, just starting out throwing 74 miles an hour and finishing throwing 74 miles an hour. That's pretty good.
Second and third. So you're a big Pat Murphy fan then,
yes. We got to meet him at a clinic, and he was he's a pretty amazing guy. You know, real down to earth, and I mean, I think we all were excited to see him. But I mean, same thing with, you know, we've met the coach from Oklahoma and the coach from Florida State, and I mean, they're just all just the knowledge that we gained from them is pretty good.
And of course,
it's a good experience.
And of course, everybody was on the James Madison. Yeah, I mean, wow.
That was amazing. You know.
Well.
That just goes to show you can't count anybody out.
Right.
You know. We always focus on the big teams.
The Oklahomas.
You know,
the Alabamas.
Florida State, you know, all of those teams, and sometimes some of these other ones sneak in there.
Jesus gets the out. Coach, that's a huge out. 1 out, bases loaded.
And that was a good check by her to make sure she was watching that runner at third.
So Monet Montilla will come to the plate from Edinburgh Vela. Big spot coach for one of the bigger hitters in this West lineup and really throughout the RGV. future Islander is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Gonzalez spins it home for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Away, a ball and a strike. So when you guys were here against Edinburgh North, y'all hit, what, 3 or 4 home runs?
I think so. I think it was 4.
4?
One of them went over here in this little other fence back here. That was a good day.
The 1-1. Sharply hit ball picked by De Jesus over to first.
That was a hard shot and a great play right there at second base.
Dominique De Jesus. Let's go back and look at that replay. Let's go full screen. And that was a hard shot on the hop in the turf. Not an easy play. So, Coach, thanks for joining us, and thank you for having us all this year over at your games. This is what it looks like, by the way.
It was, you know, we were grateful to have you guys because not everybody could make the games. So we thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yep, and again, congratulations on the year you had, on being named Female Program of the Year, Coach of the Year.
I'm so proud of, you know, but it takes it takes the village,
Right.
you know, and these girls, none of that would have been possible without them. And like I said, we had unfinished business, and you know, they showed that we had unfinished business. And,
there you go.
you know, without them, none of this would have been possible. And you know, great assistants, and you know, my varsity assistant's going to take over for me, and I think he'll do a great job. Both of those guys will be there. Yeah, I think it'll be good for them.
Perfect. Coach Tracy Blackman. Coach, thanks for joining us, and enjoy your summer.
All right, thank you.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Dear softball, thank you for the great memories and experiences throughout my softball career. I'm thankful for the great people you have put in my life, and I'm thankful for my supportive family. All glory to God.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
Welcome back to Real Sports Live, top of the 4th. First pitch in there. Let's see what the call was. Coach Brett Esparza in there for a strike. Coach Tracy Blackman, it's just good people.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're
Absolutely.
familiar with the family.
Absolutely. Really good for Valley Softball, really good people in general, just very, very humble and kind people. Yeah, it gave me a chance to stand back there and cheer a little bit. Domo had 2 putouts on the fly ball and then the 4-3, and then they threw back over here to third, and Kelsey was covering the back for the out over here, so gave me a chance to stand back behind the microphone and cheer a little bit from back here. So, but now, it's good.
You're familiar with those two for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Domo and KP, and you know, just the things that they did for Rio Hondo softball. And you know, for Domo, you know, for her, is, you know, watching her progress through her career is just one of those kids where you knew that she wore Rio Hondo softball on her sleeve.
Absolutely. I mean, the thing that separates kids is some kids can play ball, and then some kids bring a whole bravado to them that kind of comes, you know, it catches your eye. They say something or they do something that catches your ear that you're like, okay, you're not playing this. You're playing this game the right way. You know, you're here for the right way. You're a competitor kind of thing, and those two especially were that at a very young age. So seeing them when they came into the program, and we were at just a moment where we had lost 4 or 5 kids that had just tons of emotion. Yeah, those 2 came in, and Dilma was that kid for us right away. I think she played 5 or 6 different positions, and so I think she started her freshman year. She played second base, and then her sophomore year, I think she played center field. She caught a little bit. She played some shortstop whenever the pitching rotation called for it. This year she played some third base, I think, and pitched her team into another district championship and finished the season off with her there. So yeah, no, kids that Kelsey was that kid for us too at a very young age. When we thought we wouldn't have another pitcher, she kind of rolled in there and played above her age. So she was another high ceiling kid for us with tons of competitiveness. She was if one thing she was that competitor. So yeah, no, big kids for us, and I missed them when I left, but I'm glad we're able to see them play this year at different moments and see them play today.
Ground ball towards the third base side. Full count.
Those are 2 kids when they kind of came in. I figured those are 2 of the kids that we'll have in that group that would play at the next level, and we were right. They did what they needed to do to take their careers to the next level and continue the kids that came out of that program that moved on.
3-2 in the dirt. Kayla Jimenez draws the walk. Jasmine Martinez from PSJ Memorial
Dear softball, thank you for the lifelong friendships you've given me. Not only are they my best friends, but they are my family on and off the field. They've been here throughout my entire softball journey, and they supported me throughout and helped me become the person that I am today.
A Piece of Cake by Ibadas in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibadas, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibadas in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. See you later, touchdown.
Hi, my name is Angela Rodriguez, and I am one of the owners here at Main Street Boutique and Bistro. We heard about the rent subsidy grant, so we contacted Rebecca Castillo with the EDC, and she was very helpful. She told us, what we needed to do, the requirements, and helped us go through the application process.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
How you doing? My name is Alan Stewart. I'm a master captain for the United States Merchant Marines. I have a business called Stewart Training Center. What I do is I teach people how to get their captain's license. I'm located in Bayview, Texas, and the number is 956-639-8697.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K-3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
Resaca Fest is back July 3rd at Haven Memorial Park. Live music, food, cold beverages, fun, and fireworks July 3rd in San Benito.
Dear softball, thank you for shaping me into the person I am today. There's been so many memories I've had with you, and although you'd frustrate me a lot of the times, if I could do it all again, I would. You became a part of me that I'll never let go of, and have always been my outlet to release any type of stress or anger inside of me. You've taught me many life lessons that I'll carry with me forever.
American we have many soldiers. From the our nation, to the photographers that document our history. There are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Dear softball, thank you for always being a constant in my life, for instilling a great work ethic and teaching me how much potential I truly have. I will forever be thankful for the lifelong friendships, memories, and lessons I have learned. Go East Side.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas.
Check, 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 1, 2.
On display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Look at that view. Talk about a field of dreams. Apologize for the audio. We were able to get that fixed. That's quite the view right there. In the Mid-Valley, La Villa, Texas. 3-run inning for the East in the 5th. Makes it a 5-1 game.
What's the score?
Halfway home.
Let's go, Kylie!
Huh? You want me dinner, by the way?
Ball and no strikes. One and one. Kylie Ruiz still in the game. There's an arm loosening up. Just can't tell who it is. For the East, that one hit the other way. Just foul. Jasmine Martinez at the plate. Audrey Sayas is another name that could be loosening up. Eileen Avalar.
Eileen's back in at shortstop, right?
Eileen is at short. Half-hearted swing for the strikeout.
Good out right there. Good out right there.
Yesenia Rojas from Sherryland High School digs in with one away. Jackie Gutierrez went down swinging. Ball and a strike. To Rojas, listed as a pitcher and second baseman. Here's the 1-1. Ball and 2 strikes. There's Domo right there. Still in at second. Avilar at short. Ivana Cortez here in center field, and Ruiz gets another strikeout.
So we've got a new outfield here from the east.
Ashley Garcia out and left.
One more, Kylie.
Two up, two down for Kylie Ruiz. Hannah now playing catcher. Big swing and miss from the Lady Mustang, Victoria Alvarado.
Say the difference in the game has been the East pitching. Reese did a great job, and Cassie started off the game did a great job. It's really been the get it going.
Good job, Kai.
1, 2, 3. Ruiz sits him down in order. We head to the 6th, 5-1. You're watching Real Sports Live.
Dear softball, thank you for all the amazing memories that I've gained throughout this time, and thank you for all the great relationships I've gained. Go Jags.
Hi, I'm Rod Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. See you later, touchdown.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
Dear softball, I am thankful for the many friends that I've got to play with throughout the years, and the many coaches that I've been taught throughout the years, and just for the sport itself and being able to play it every day.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And they used to have bases loaded on the fielder's choice.
Shot right to the center fielder for out number 1. Sarah Mendez, the center fielder, collects it for out number 1. So Alexa Salcedo, first pitch for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. She hit that grand slam in the Bird Bowl.
Oh, that's right.
Probably one of the bigger moments for her and
for that district and for everybody involved.
Yeah, just one of those turning points. She hooked that one fair, and once she did, it was game on. Here's the 1-1. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 from Rodriguez. Fouls that one back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, it's definitely a really good crowd. Fans all across. At the beginning of the game, you didn't see fans down the third base line, but now you can see them all along the third base line.
In down, behind the left field and all the way through and around us here in center and back down the first base line.
The 2-2 misses. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three-two heads up. Allison had to duck over on the third base side. We'll try it again, the 3-2. Called strike 3 looking. Rodriguez gets a big out for out number 2 on the strikeout.
Another ring of De Jesus. She gets ahead 2-0. So where she wants to be with 2 outs here, giving a chance to get some more cushion on the board. They missed an opportunity when Gonzalez not going home on the pop fly to center earlier. So they really, really want to get her back in to cover up that mistake and maybe, I don't know, a little bit more here.
Two balls and a strike.
Good down ball. It's a big hit for De Jesus right there. That'll get him 2. Oh, Gakai's trying to stretch that right there, but
She gets a single and 2 RBIs. De Jesus adds 2 more. 7-1 midway through the 6th. East leads. You're watching Real Sports Live.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
Dear softball, thank you for everything that you've given me. Thank you for the lifetime friends and the lifelong memories that I will keep. Thank you for giving me the day that I picked up the ball and knew that it was my destiny. Go Stingers.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Welcome back to Real Sports Live. Bottom of the 6 and a 7-1 lead. Ball one. Ball and no strikes. Audrey Sayas, the new pitcher in the game, the now former Harlingen Lady Cardinal. Hassel records that for out number 1. Bree Salinas. First pitch for strike 1. Fouls it back. No balls, 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes.
That's all right. That's Kevin. Put your glove up, baby.
Cassidy Rodriguez goes crashing right into the fence right in front of us. Salinas sliding safe into second. Let's look at that again. That's about as close as it gets.
Right into your living room right there.
Bree Salinas hit that one right to us, right off the fence.
That's a big part of the Cardinals' success early this season. That injury was something I'll always remember. She had a big injury there against
South.
South that, all intents and purposes cost them that game. And, one of those kind of fluke injuries that kept her out for a little bit of time. And I don't think they ever really kind of gained their footing as a group after that. They had all the momentum in the world.
The thing with Audrey was that she had that injury, and 10 days later she comes back and beats San Benito in San Benito. But to your point, they get that win, and after that it seemed as if they kind of just leveled off the rest of the way. maybe played 500 ball. If anything, they were right under it. But just to speak for what Audrey and what she did and how much she meant to the Lady Cardinals, 1-2. It's the strikeout for out number 2. It says a lot about her, and again, just 10 days later to come back after an injury like that, to beat San Benito for the first time since the mid-90s. I think we ended up figuring out that date. Was it 96, 97, somewhere around there? Sarah Mendez ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes.
There we go. I tell you what, this has been almost unfair, the pitching the East has had. Not quite close to anything the West is able to do consistently. And like I feel like that's the difference in the ball game is, to come in and bring out Sias in the last two innings is almost like, oh, thanks a lot, Coach Cruz and his club are probably a little bit distraught that they saved her for the end, being so strong.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Sayas trying to work around a Bree Salinas double. Swing and a miss. There it is. Pulls the string. Works around the double. Gets the strikeout. We head to the 7th. East leads 7-1. You're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Dear softball, thank you for the great memories and experiences throughout my softball career. I'm thankful for the great people you have put in my life, and I'm thankful for my supportive family. All glory to God.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
Dear softball, thank you for the lifelong friendships you've given me. Not only are they my best friends, but they are my family on and off the field. They've been here throughout my entire softball journey, and they supported me throughout and helped me become the person that I am today.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Hi, my name is Angela Rodriguez, and I am one of the owners here at Main Street Boutique and Bistro. We heard about the rent subsidy grant, so we contacted Rebecca Castillo with the EDC and...
Welcome back to Real Sports Live, top of the 7th. Oh, it's Kevin Aro, Brett Esparza. Coach Tracy Blackman joined us earlier in the broadcast. I saw Joey Rios was here. A couple of, Debbie Esparza, Tracy Blackman.
Tressler's over to our right, down the road, down there a little bit.
Oh, Richard Tressler's here too, so. Well, Karina Guzman is back in the circle for the West.
They kind of went back to their starting defense.
Looks about right. with Guerra in center. Melo Cantu on the run, makes the catch. You know, Melo was interesting because my younger sister at one point in time, my youngest sister played T-ball. And Melo was on that team, and in T-ball, Melo was still hitting balls to the fence in T-ball. You know, her dad said her dad and my dad worked together back in the day. Pizarro, Guerra ranging to her right, makes the catch, 2 away, and then Patty Davila, who's behind the plate. My mom had her as a student in elementary. And her older brother, Pito, I coached him in Little League for many years. He had a pretty good little baseball player. And then later I learned that Annabelle Segoviano, her brother wound up being Drake, who played on the same team with Pito that I coached in the Little League. So just small world through the Edinburgh connection.
It is.
But my mom was happy to hear that Patty's going to be playing at the college level. And she said, as far as I remember, when she was in elementary, that's all they did was
make the circuit, right?
Baseball with Pito and Patty with softball. And in fact, her dad, Jose is sitting right there, always at Patty and Pito's games. You know, it was he and Rene and myself we coached the Orioles. For some reason, we always stuck with the Orioles. I don't know why. And then we took the reins in the All-Star games, the All-Star season, back when those boys were in junior high. And the funny thing is that they were all in the same class as my sister in 2017. So Rene, Gil, the Falcon brothers, Drake, and Pito, Patty's brother, were all at BL or Trevino in elementary, then at BL in junior high, and then eventually all went to Edinburgh North. So I was talking with Jose yesterday. I was like, well, it's all come full circle, really, with those kids.
Yeah, I can't. We get the chance to see these kids, and now with UIL, change the role a little bit. You get them at a younger age to do the sports-specific training with them, so you do see them at your little camps and stuff now. But we're just now getting a piece of that. But the commitment that some of these parents have made to see their kid, come all the way, like you're saying, from a very young age and just consistently at the ballpark. Almost seems like they're week in and week out these days, and tournaments and different things. So huge commitment from the parents to see this thing go all the way and see these girls take the next step. This is the best per se from the Valley, and so to see them playing in this game and at this level is huge for the folks.
Three-2 hit the other way. Karina Guzman's going to be going up to San Antonio, A&M San Antonio, to play for the Jaguars. I know this was their first year as a program, their inaugural year.
They had a girl last year from Valley go there, right?
Cameron Cáceres,
that's right.
The middle infielder. Corey Cantu from PSJ. And then Jordan Ramos, who was selected. She came down with strep throat. She was unable to play in the game today. Pulled the string, dropped third strike. She just got a piece of it. Lorena Rodriguez from Brownsville Veterans. One of Coach Reiner's girls.
That's been a big school for Valley kids. Kind of similar to like Houston, Victoria. It's been a big school for Valley kids to go and kids in the area. Actually, Reina just was like all conference or something here.
Yeah, she was in the D2 World Series.
Right. So
Jackie Longoria from Edinburgh North.
So these schools we're seeing these Valley products go and make a difference. We were just talking about Eric Cortez was freshman of the year, Lone Star Conference freshman of the year. So these kids from the Valley going and making immediate impacts at their school. It just seems that we all kind of get them on one team together, we might make a run, right? But just so much talent in and out through the valley.
Mayra Guerra in center. We have 3 Lady Cougars on the field. 2 Bobcats, swing and a miss. 2 Sabercats. Karina Guzman comes in, gets the strikeout midway through the 7th. Last shot for the West. You're watching Real Sports Live.
He told us, you know, what we needed to do, the requirements, and helped us go through the application process.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
How you doing? My name is Alan Stewart. I'm a master captain for the United States Merchant Marines. I have a business called Stewart Training Center. What I do is I teach people how to get their captain's license. I'm located in Bayview, Texas, and the number is 956-639-8697.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K-3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
Welcome back to Real Sports Live. Last shot for the West. Sayas back in the circle to close it out. Karina Guzman to lead it off. Sharply hit ball.
Good grab.
Cassidy Rodriguez records it for out number 1. It's not every day you see Mercedes and Ed Calchelsa giving each other a high five. Monet Montilla. Let's see Monet go yard here. I'm up for that. She showed some, like I said, yesterday batting practice, she showed some serious pop, and be fitting to her career to go yard. We so far we got 2 more outs. We have not seen a home run yet.
You know, we thought we were going to see a bunch of them.
You're not wrong. We all thought that. I talked with both Coach Cruz and Coach Leal and said, you know, we're expecting some home runs, the smaller field. The 2-0 misses outside. The East had their practices at Mercedes High School, and the West practicing over at PSJ Southwest over the last 2 weeks. 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah. It just took a little while.
The 3-1. Fouls it off. Nine o'clock on my watch, 2 hours. 2 hours and 12 minutes that we've been on the air. right around the norm. Ball 4.
Over here, over here. Come on, give me a hand. Come on.
So this should be Segoviano, and it is. We're going to get a courtesy runner. Bianca Fernandez, the courtesy runner. It's in there for a strike. The 0-1 fouled back, no balls, 2 strikes. I'm pushing for there to be a home run derby in this All-Star game. Close. Coach Cruz thought it was a good idea. Coach Leal thought it was a good idea. So it's something that we're going to pitch next year. Might be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. Where you get maybe some coaches out here to throw some BP or some dads or some, you know, get the girls a chance to let their dads throw some BP to them, some front toss to them to hit some home runs. And one last time, it'd be kind of a cool deal for the families.
Sharply hit ball to center from Segoviano. It's a single, double on the throw. Xiomara Hassel, first pitch swinging, picked by Garza. See, there's Hannah Garza there playing shortstop.
She's been all over the place, right?
It's only fitting. The West does get a run on the fielder's choice. You know, Hannah Garza, when I first saw her when she was a freshman, you know, Coach Rios mentioned, you know, he told me that she was going to be very good. You know, just athletically, you know, her and Alyssa Garcia. Garcia has one more year. They're just very, very good.
You know, without the heavy preseason and mixture of games or the tournaments, that was a squad that Hannah didn't get her last ride. You know, her last hurrah out to play some of these bigger tournaments and be more on a bigger stage. Because they almost went right into the district, right? And we have a very small district, a very limited number of games. So she didn't quite go out the way she wanted to, but nonetheless was a very, very talented athlete.
She's going to Our Lady of the Lake. Joanna Gonzalez, Lady Greyhound, she's up there. The 1-2, swing and a miss. And that's your ball game. 7-2. And
You're always having fun. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
right
the
there.
East gets the win. The old-fashioned dog pile. I wasn't expecting that. Wasn't expecting the old dog pile, but it's a 7-2 final. The East gets the win. And overall, your thoughts?
No, it was a good showing. I mean, we get all these kids together, and we saw the game go a little bit differently. We did the start, but both pitchers started out very well and played some clean softball. When they started subbing here and there, we saw some things go sideways a little bit, but all in all, it was a very, very competitive game from both sides, and a great opportunity to see these kids play one more time.
So the final score, 7-2. East gets the win. I want to thank, because we're watching the softball game, I want to thank all the softball programs and coaches and players that opened our doors from here all the way up to the Coastal Bend and back, that just allowed us to come in and stream the games in a year that was hard for everybody, that those that couldn't make it out to the games. It was a fun ride. You know, we enjoyed it. We'll back January 15th, more or less, when softball season starts, right around there, the second week of January, all the way until now, the middle of June. So, overall, just a good year of softball in the RGV, considering the circumstance. We still had teams go on some serious runs. We've had some serious talent their careers are now done in the RGV on both sides. It was a good year. It was a good year. And again, thank you to everyone, all the programs that allowed us to cover your team. So on behalf of myself, Kevin Aro, Joe Bowling, and everyone at Real Sports Live, the final score, the East wins this one 7-2, saying so long and good night.